order to be a high value man, you must exercise sexual discipline. Sexual discipline is one of the most critical areas to where men who could be high value have ruined themselves. What does that mean? Sexual discipline? You got kids everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids by 4 women. You're not high value because you lack sexual discipline. Oh, we're going there. That's why I say people who are music, athletics, or entertainment are not automatically put in a high value category because their money comes differently, number one, and number two, because so many of them tend to lack sexual discipline.
If you never develop sexual discipline, I'm talking to all the men. Remember, Mike Tyson went to jail for a crime I don't think he committed. Tupac went to jail for a crime I don't think he committed. Bill Cosby went to jail for a crime I don't think he committed. If you don't have sexual discipline in the United States of America, I promise you, you will be taken down. It's not a question of if, it's only a question of when. You must develop sexual discipline.
You was telling me.
Yeah, and taking it back to the devil, his greatest weapon against the man is our lack of sexual discipline. Damn. You cannot reach higher states of consciousness if you cannot control your lower chakra.
You was telling me that that's how they try to get you.
Oh yeah, that's how they try to get me.
You like that's their angle.
Yeah, they not done. They still trying.
Really?
They still trying.
From the time that
most men lack all sexual discipline. Their bodies say Pornhub. They do. Their body says she's here. They have no discipline. When you're waiting till marriage is not about not having sex. It's all about pursuing God in spite of how I feel.
All right, man, mastering your D, right? It's very imperative because when you don't, or you're not able to master your loins, your sexual loins, it destroys your life. I think guys don't understand that you're not eligible. You're not even a candidate for monogamy. You're not even a candidate to be a great father. A lot of times you're not even a candidate to be a great man or be the man that you could be. And it's not just because, monogamy is white man stuff, and it's not about that. Even in polygamy, you have to be able to have a level of discipline. If you got 3 wives, you can't be trying to fuck 6 or have 6 more, and really in general, it's hard to really get things accomplished where the more women that you're dealing with, but when you're able to have women take the sex off the table, then you can look at it with clarity and really be like, okay, what is she really offering? What is she really doing? Once you take sex off the table, and women like to control dudes with sex. A lot of women end up in a relationship with a guy, truth be told, because of sex. Oh, she's convenient. She gave me sex first, or she conveniently give me sex, and that's how she tends to be able to hang around a lot of the times, man. And when you can't really discipline that, you open yourself up to diseases. You open yourself up to be conquered by multiple women. You can't really accomplish, your to-do list or your wish list that you have. You can't really accomplish that. You know what I mean? You can't accomplish it because you're too busy chasing women. You go into the workplace. You can't control your D in the workplace. Now you screwing the women you working with, and that's a horrible recipe to say he did this or he did that, or she get fired and feel like you did something. Now he did this, or we together, or she see you talking to a woman and get over and start jumping to assuming things, and like, oh, he's talking, and then she crashing out and y'all both lose y'all job. You can't conquer the things that you want to conquer always thinking about pussy 24/7. At some point, every young man who, has the options to deal with young women, any guy that's going to accomplish anything successful in the classroom, outside the classroom, in the real world, however you want to say it, they can't be focused 24/7 on pussy. They can't be, you see something that look nice. You can't, your automatic, default ain't, I got to take it down. and you go chase it because it's, and then you end up dealing with a woman, who crazy, who you can't get rid of, or you catch something, or she get pregnant and you ain't even vet her. That's what be killing me about trick culture, that I really never hear guys talk about trick culture. When they lead with their wallet, they not worried about shit that the bitch got going on. You got a crazy ex, you got a baby daddy, what's your name, what's your situation, they don't care nothing about paying to play. And you don't even know who garden that you playing in. You should vet anybody that you allow into your personal, spiritual, or sexual area. These niggas, just paying bitches off the internet just to fuck them and don't know shit about them. You exchanging energy, even with a raincoat on your Jimmy, with a demon, bro. But you ain't gonna be every space you go in, you doing business and you want to smash the secretary, or you see, the dude, he got a wife and she might be choosing you. Like, where do you stop at? Opportunities are lost because dudes can't tame their sexual loins. And there's a lot of guys that say, well, I ain't got it. I would love to have it like that. You don't even see the dark side that would come with those problems. You don't see the clinics, the abortion scares, the extortions. I'm going to tell your wife, or I'm expose you, or this. You don't see that part. And how sick it really get for a lot of these dudes. How sick they are in the mind, Now they going to orgies. Now they going to brothels. Now they mixing drugs in. Now they insensitive to sleeping with a condom. Now one chick ain't enough. He need 3 or 4 just to be excited. You don't see that. And a lot of these brothers that had those experiences and understand what I'm saying, they get it. They get it. They done took down some stuff that they was curious to take down, and they regretted it. I'll never do that again, or that was a mistake, or that wasn't what it was cracked up to be. All the time. As soon as you bust that nut, you like, what was I thinking? Especially if you batting raw. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. So yeah, yo, not being able to turn down pussy, it'll shut a lot of doors. It won't shut a lot, it'll destroy your life. It'll destroy your life. When you can pick and choose, even if you a single man, when you can pick and choose, and see what, and what you want to deal with and don't, you will find out how fast vagina go down your list of requirements. Mark my words. When you dealing with nasty attitudes, you dealing with crazy women that's blowing up your spot, coming to your job. The ones you ain't supposed to be with, them usually the ones that it's hard to get away from and get rid of. Not logical. And a lot of women had a mindset is, I'm gonna take you with me. They don't understand the bigger picture. So when you start, when you looking at titties and ass and that's all that matter, you don't even see the red flags. You ain't hearing nothing else that she's telling you. You skipping over it. There's guys that's going to dates with women, offering them to take them on dates. They met them at the grocery store. Let's go out. They get to talking. They don't have nothing in common. It was a waste of time. They just, I'll smash, or I'm trying to smash. A waste of time. And once you kind of had those little scares of pregnancy, or you had those women that's crazy, or it wasn't worth it, or you bust that nut with, and you see that chick for what she really is with that post-nut clarity, you wake up real quick. Some guys they never do. They think they had the same mindset as what they had in high school. The same mindset. I did that video about a couple months ago. I had Myron as in a fresh and fit, as the thumbnail, saying ain't nothing cool about having a high body count as a man. That shit ain't cool. Especially in today's day and age, that shit is filthy. It's nasty. It's nasty. And that's real spill. Real spill. But your focus, I mean, you going to the job. You know what I'm saying? You at the grocery store. You can't say no. You can't just look and keep it moving. People you getting money with, you willing to tank that relationship by sleeping with her? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You know, somebody was saying you judge a man about not how much women he get, how many women he can turn down. Some of the most beautifulest things in this world is just like that. Shout out to Keith Murray. Some of the most beautiful things is some of the most vicious people that you can meet, bro. And that's facts. Some of the most vicious people that you can meet. You know? And a lot of guys somewhere regretting decisions that they made. And the character flaws was always there. Not even no character flaws that somebody was hiding. They were always there, but they was thinking what they did. Not looking at her financial arrangement, not to think about how she do things. Not looking at the family, looking at her sister did her baby daddy, or you know, they ain't even looking at it from that POV. Don't listen. You tell her to use the side door, she keep coming through the front door. Tell her don't pop up without you telling her to come over, and she's still popping up. You know, just little shit like that. Because she got a fat ass. And like I say, it's dangerous when you dealing with a woman, I've spoken on this on the Patreon. You dealing with a woman who has great sex and great vagina, because they're two different things, and I explained that on the Patreon somewhere in there. It's a different ball game. And don't let her look good. That's the trifecta for most men, any dude. Most dudes is gonna keep her around even if she a liability. The box good, she perform, she do more than lay there. Man, most dudes gonna keep that around. And don't say she look good too. She's a chef kit. Most dudes ain't. that woman is always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? She always gonna be in the mix like Aunt your mama pancake mix. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, and dudes will go broke. Dudes will be, you know, true liabilities just dealing with her off of that. But you know, you gotta have that discipline. But I appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the link in the description, join the Patreon.
What's the importance of sexual discipline as a man? Because I know,
oh my god,
because you know, like it's harder, like, you know, for like men to have like sexual discipline, you know, because we don't decide that we don't decide if the sex happens or not, right? Mm-hmm. And because it's not our choice to make, it's women's choice to make, right? Mm-hmm. What's the importance of having that sexual discipline?
The importance of having that sexual discipline is to not run into situations that you didn't want it to happen in the first place. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you got two heads. You let your small head make a fool out of your big head. You a fool. You a fool. Yeah,
and it could mess your life up too.
Oh, 50 times over. 50 times over. I think, like, right now, like, of course, my son's too young now. He's 9 years old now, and I just don't want him even thinking about that shit.
That's right.
But I think it's very important for men, young adults, young black men, to learn about, you know, just courting women, just women in general, because it'll save how many single households are here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
a lot of them, and
a lot of these women and men, a lot of them come from backgrounds that you don't know what they went through before you met them.
That's right.
You don't know what they went through. You don't know how psychologically fucked up they could be.